We never really talk about this enough, but what if you are the one they walked away from? What if you are the one who keeps apologizing but never really changes? What if you are the one who is being narcissistic? What if you are the one who is toxic? I've always found videos like how to deal with toxic people, how to, avoid toxicity, how to avoid the people that drain you, how to deal with them. And I found it really, really empowering actually. But then I was at a point in my life where I thought that, hey, I think right now I am the one who is being toxic. I am the one who is hurting someone else, and it might not be intentional, but it is toxic. It is a very, very big problem, not just for me, but also the other person and the people that I'm dealing with. And I need to do something about it. So, very out of habit, I went on YouTube and I did not really find any video with this particular topic and title. So, to anyone who feels the same way, I want to tell you that you have taken the first step. The first step is always to recognize always. If you're not self aware, if you are not that emotional to know that what I am doing is wrong and what I am doing is hurting someone else and I need to change, and you searched this video or you clicked on this video for that reason, my love, you are really on the right path. And this is the first step. This was the first step, and you have already accomplished it. And feeling guilty is not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing in this case, because that just implies that you still have emotions and you are still showing empathy. You can still understand people's emotions, right? So I just want you to know that that is an amazing step, and that is an amazing sign that things are not as bad as you think or you might feel that they are. You need to know that there is a ray of hope. If you really, really want to change, then nothing is impossible, my love. And I'm here for you. I feel you, because I have truly been in a trance where I was beating myself up about everything that I was doing and things were going wrong. Some years back, I was on the verge of ruining the most valuable connections that I ever have, and thankfully, those connections are still intact. But all I had to do was to change in time. And how I did it is what we are gonna learn right now. The first step is already taken, as I said, but the second step you need to do is to really, really put yourself in someone else's shoes. You really need to stop looking yourself as a villain, but you need to look yourself as someone who needs to rescue yourself and that person, okay? And by rescuing someone else, I do not mean that you have the responsibility of their emotions. To some extent you do, but not fully, right? You know you did something bad, but you still have to approach the situation with uttermost sensitivity, because and that will only and only happen when you truly understand what the other person is feeling and what you are feeling. So start by really analyzing what are you feeling and what you made or you might have made the other person feel, and also your toxic patterns. I believe that I should not go more deep into how to identify those toxic patterns, because that is very well known to everybody. You know what a narcissist means. If you don't, well, it just means someone who makes others feel inferior to them, right? So if you believe that you have narcissistic tendencies, then you need to analyze those tendencies and when they are triggered. By when they are triggered, I mean that, listen, toxicity just does not it's just not inherited. Toxicity is not inherited from anywhere. It happens because of some amount of trauma that you went through, maybe as a child or maybe as just an adult. And that is okay. Going through traumas just makes people stronger, but it also, wakes up your defense mechanisms, your mind's defense mechanisms. And if you in your past felt inferior to someone, there are many chances that you might right now want to make others feel inferior to you. And as normal as it may sound, it is not good. And that is exactly what you need to really realize. Okay, now there is a difference between listening and nodding and actually sitting with those thoughts. So I will never ever encourage any of my viewer to just blatantly listen to me. Don't do that. Sit with those thoughts. Really, really, when I say that, really, really realize, I really mean it. You need to really, really, really realize, okay, that what you're doing is causing you harm and causing someone else harm. When you do realize this, the next emotion that you're gonna feel is a lot of hatred, self-hatred. It could be guilt, and none of this is your enemy. First of all, this is a very expected emotion, because you still feel, you still have a heart, my love. You still have a heart. So when you feel that guilt, I want you to truly take it in. Do not take any step, do not go apologizing to the person right now, but just be with yourself and your thoughts. Okay, I want you to be in solitude. I want you to recognize every single pattern and why they are triggered, by which trauma are they triggered, and then I want you to eliminate them. How we will eliminate them is very, very simple. Now I will discuss this in another video very in depth, which will be on shadow work, but to summarize it up, shadow work just means digging up your trauma until nothing remains of it. So for example, let's take an example of, you were bullied in your childhood and you had a very abusive relationship with friends, and they made you feel inferior to them. Okay, and as a result, right now, whatever connections you're making, you want to make yourself feel superior. This is being basically called a narcissistic behavior. This is a narcissistic behavior, right? So what I want you to do is, I want you to start by this question: what triggers my narcissistic behavior? And there might be many, many instances, like when your friend cancels any plans with you. Maybe this is personally for me, it has been like this, so I'm speaking from experience. Yeah, so there could be a number of reasons, but I want you to sit with all of these reasons and write down and keep asking yourself more and more questions, like, okay, when my friend cancels plans, I feel a narcissistic tendencies to control them. Then ask yourself on this statement that why would my friend cancel? There could be numerous of reasons. Your friend could still love you and they could still have their own life. That's a very harsh truth. I think a narcissist person or any toxic person in general really hates that the people that they love actually have their own life and they need to live it themselves, and no one else should ever be able to control it. And I think that is harsh for some of you to listen to. However, you need to realize that that is true. That is very, 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 very true. Okay, and I want you to sit with all of these thoughts and let it settle in. And when I say settle in, I mean settle in. Take some time and let it settle in. Once you are done with that, my friend, is when you go on to the next step. You need to accept a lot of things. In this case, you need to accept two things, roughly two things. First is your trauma. And by acceptance, I do not mean that accept it and let it be. No, by acceptance, whenever I say acceptance, by the way, it will mean that you need to accept it, but also work towards the better you, right? I will make another video on this as well, but what happens with you guys is that you make extremes. Accepting yourself just means accepting yourself and not striving towards the better version of you, but that's not how it works. That's just not how it works, okay? I want you to accept yourself, accept your traumas, but also, of course, work to resolve them, okay? Okay, this was the first one. The second one is to accept that the person or the people that you might have hurt may want to let go of you. And this is hard. Like, if you truly have those traumatic tendencies and you have those behaviors where you have excessive attachment styles, then this is hard to hear, but you did hurt them, so they have every right to go. Just like those videos tell you that you need to block toxic people, you need to do this and that. That person right now is a victim. And this language might sound harsh, but that's the reality. And let the reality sink in. This was the first step. The second step, remember? Guilt and all. Okay. So, yeah, these are the two things that you need to accept. Now, coming back to the next. So the next step is deciding whether you want to apologize or you just want to give them a closure, something like that. You need to decide what's next. Basically, you need to decide what you want to do with that person now, because truly I think that something needs to be done for their mental peace. The least you can do if you are still in contact is please give them a closure. Please tell them that they were not inferior to you. They were not all those bad things that you told them. They were just give them that closure. That will give you peace as well. Like, for me, I did that too, and it saved my friendships. I didn't apologize as in, I'm sorry, this will not happen again. That Nate thing from Euphoria. I'm sorry, Maddie. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so all I mean is apologize and genuinely apologize. If they want to stay, you need to change yourself. That's it. You need to change yourself. If you hurt that person once again, you will be the one who will let them go. You will be the one who will block them for their own good and for your own good. Because, hear me out, you really do not have any right to play with anyone else's emotions. And no matter how much trauma you have been through, you have two options, my love. You have two options. You can let that trauma go, or you can let it be and hurt many more people. So the choice is always in your hands, and I know that if you're watching this video, you have that potential in you. You just have that potential in you. You just needed someone to make you realize that what you're doing has an impact. And do not be afraid of karma. Honestly, do not be afraid of that, because if you know that you're doing wrong and you take actions to eliminate that, karma will not hit you. Don't worry. Karma hits only those who just are blatantly selfish and greedy. So yeah, that's honestly it. And well, you got this. I know, I was just being called to make this video because I think that no one really talks about this topic, and this topic really needs to be talked about. This was a very raw video. I will leave this unedited apart from the intro one, but yes, this channel will be an amazing journey, honestly. And if you are obviously this channel is new, so you are new, but do follow me on Instagram. My page is, yes, I think I will edit that. Okay. And yeah, if you have any queries, if you want to contact me for a deeper analysis on your situation, then please do DM me or email me at this. That is it. Actually, if I appear sleepy or in a less energetic mood, that's because I am sleepy. I am awake since a lot of time, but I really needed to record this video because I was really getting those urges. And when you get a calling, you just do it. So here I am. Don't mind my yapping. Although I know that you guys might like my yapping, but that is it, guys. And just remember that you are not alone. I have been through it. A lot of people go through it. You got this. If you're watching, once again, you are still an empath and you still have the ability to change that around. You are still a human with emotions, right? So just make a promise to yourself and to me, and if you have anything that you want to ask or you want advice on, DM me and I promise I will reply. I will reply. You can test me. I will reply to you. Okay. That's it. Good night or good morning or good afternoon whenever you're watching this. Loads of love. I love you. Bye bye. See you in the next one.